Welcome back, Venture Open Studios, DSTV channel 263. We are now on the last segment of the show, and we are talking all about her interesting book, Smart Woman, that is encouraging women, to be financially independent and to create their wealth. Now, tell us a little bit more about the book, Smart Woman.
Well, it was interesting. I mean, this is the book. I've been working in this field and on this subject matter for a very long time. Written lots of articles and done a lot of workshops and talks to women. And I've been along the line. Many people have said to me, "You should put this in a book."
Yeah.
So finally, I sat down and I did it. I pulled it all together. So it is really, as I said earlier, about making the right decisions around your money, about being smart. Because it's quite interesting that we've all known people that earn a lot of money, really good money, but they never really seem to have money.
Yeah.
And other people actually don't earn that much.
True.
But they make that money work.
Yeah, that is so true.
Yeah, so some people can really work with money and some people can't. And that's the essence of smart women. Smart women know how to work with money.
Yeah.
And some people that don't, or women that don't, can learn. So it's about lots of different decisions and choices that we make around our spending and then the first part of the book is really all about finding the money. So what are the decisions and choices you can make?
Yeah.
I talk about things even like a car. You don't need to buy a new car every 2 to 3 years. We're told you have to. But if you don't do that, how much money can you accumulate? If you live off last year's increase, salary increase, don't take an increase for 1 year and invest that money. Look how much money you can accumulate. So there are lots of decisions one can make that can actually build long-term wealth.
True.
And in the second half of the book, I look at all the different investment options. So where do you actually invest your money? Through property, in the stock market, do you go to a financial services company, unit trusts, all the different options.
Yeah. All right. Now, talking about making decisions, how do you believe our personal views impact on our financial decisions and behavior?
Very interesting, because we've all got a money personality. We have a certain way of viewing money, and that is obviously formed by what we see from our parents. So if our parents worked well with money, that would rub off on us. If our parents had no regard for sort of the financial infrastructure and perhaps just lived from day to day, month to month, that would rub off on us. So we have a view on money, a personal view that is shaped by our parents and also obviously shaped by society. What our friends tell us, what we see, what we are told is success. That's one of my big bugbears, is we're told, if you're successful, you have certain things. You have a certain car, you have certain clothes. So all of these things influence us and impact on our view of money. But you need to be able to look through that and actually see it for what it is and make it work for you and not be influenced by all of those. But your internal drivers and your internal beliefs are more difficult to change, obviously.
True.
Like some people would take risks. Some people are more secure, more conservative, won't take risks. It's quite difficult to change who you are inside.
Yeah.
But if you can start seeing the influences outside, and that friend who's got all the designer clothes and got all the fancy things, but actually hasn't got two beans to rub together, when you can start seeing that those are not very clever decisions around money, you can start empowering yourself and making some clever decisions.
Now, about an average woman out there, or anybody out there who actually wants to start saving, but they're earning very little, and there's a lot of needs. That the cost of living, they say it is too high. What do you think? Where do you think they should start when they want to invest, but they do not have the enough means to actually start investing more?
You can start with very little. So that's another misconception people have, that sort of financial planning and investing is only for people with lots of money.
Yeah.
You will get there. You can start with a little bit, even if it's 50 Rand a month. And my challenge always in South Africa is you look at the whole stokvel culture, where very poor people actually manage to put money aside every month.
True.
So, life is expensive, but it is expensive whether you're earning 5,000 Rand a month or 50,000, because if you earn 50, you're just going to be spending a lot more. So that's another perception people have. The more money, if I earn more money, I'll have more money. But the more you earn, the more you spend.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter. The principles are the same, whether you're earning a small amount or a large amount.
Yeah.
And I always say start small, even if it's 50 Rand a month, but start with something and put that away.
Now, you said part of the book actually talks about some investment options. What are some options that so one could actually opt for in terms of investing?
Well, it's always a very good idea to have an investment that's linked to the stock market. The equity market in South Africa has performed very well over the long term.
Yeah.
In fact, there was an article published recently where they said it was the best performing stock exchange worldwide since 1900, which is phenomenal.
It is.
So there's always ups and downs, and there's always good and bad, and
yeah,
we've been
true,
through so much in this country, but it's still delivered good value.
Yeah.
So an equity-linked investment, often people go just for a straight bank account, so they will put their money in the bank, which is fine. You're going to get a fixed amount of interest, but you're not going to get rich long term. So, and then there are many other options. There's property. It all depends on how much you've got to invest, how long you want to invest for, and why you're investing. So it's critical to get advice. I mean, that's really the bottom line, is get advice from somebody who knows, who can guide you, who can assist you. Don't try and do it yourself, or just do it because your friend said.
All right, well, it's been absolutely amazing having you on the show, but unfortunately, due to time, we've run out of time right now. They say time is the enemy, but it's been amazing having you right here and talking more about your work. Thank you so much for joining us. All right, man. Thank you so much also for joining us. Hoping that you definitely did enjoy that one and you picked up a lot of things, man. Start investing and ensure that you save a lot and you make the most. Even though, and you try by all means to avoid the festive hangover. Of course, this is for myself, Pimela Mtlanga, aka the P Master. Ensure that you find out more about our show. You can go through to our social media page. That is, of course, Cape Town TV. From myself and everybody else from the studio, have a blessed one.